I never believed in ghosts, but I do believe in things that know how to use a human voice to lure you into the dark. My name is Elias Thorne, and for 22 years I worked as a senior tunnel surveyor for the London Underground. People think the tube is just a dirty way to get to work, but they don't see the abandoned sectors. I spent my career mapping the structural integrity of those forgotten miles, looking for cracks, moisture, and potential collapse. My partner, Marcus, was handling the secondary leveling, but that day, his usual whistling just stopped. We were standing in a wide maintenance bay when the silence hit. A pressurized, expectant silence that made our ears pop. Then, from the darkness of a blocked-off service tunnel, I heard my mother calling my name. She had been dead for 6 years, but it was her exact cadence, checking the stove before leaving the house. "Elias, are you there? It's cold, Elias. Come back inside." My heart felt like it had been physically clawed at by something freezing, and Marcus just knew. Over the next 3 days, the mimicry evolved, and it stopped being my mother and started being Marcus. I'd hear his voice from the front, complaining about the damp or asking for the flashlight. I'd turn the corner and find Marcus sitting perfectly still, staring at his tablet with eyes wide with terror. We stopped talking and just communicated through hand signals, our footsteps muffled by the thick, black dust. I started finding things, not tools or trash, but teeth arranged in perfect circles on the floor. Every morning, the circles were larger, and the voice, a strange, garbled amalgamation of both of us, got louder. We retreated, slow and deliberate, keeping our lights fixed on the ceiling as the thing mimicked our footsteps. The sound was wrong, metallic and clashing, like a train derailing, mocking us as we tried to escape. My hands were shaking so hard I dropped the key twice, the sound echoing like a gunshot in the stagnant air. When the heavy door finally groaned open, we scrambled into the passage, leaving the darkness behind us. We scrambled through the airlock, the heavy door slamming shut behind us. We were finally out of that nightmare, gasping for air in the passage. We kept moving, our boots echoing against the cold, damp tiles. The distant rumble of a train meant we were finally back in the real world. I finally hit the main platform and just collapsed against the wall. I looked back at the tunnel, but it was just pure, empty darkness. Then the old station speakers crackled to life with a loud pop. My own voice filled the platform, repeating exactly what I'd said in the dark. I just stared at the speaker, my heart pounding out of my chest. It wasn't just following us. It had learned exactly who we were. The next morning, I sat at my table and wrote my resignation. Even in my own kitchen, I could still hear that thing in the hum of the fridge. I walked away from the office and never looked back. But you don't really walk away from the deep places. Not ever. Sometimes, when the wind hits the chimney just right, I hear it again. It's like a whisper, a constant reminder that it's still waiting for me. The city keeps moving, totally unaware of what's crawling beneath their feet. Millions of people ride the tube every day, never knowing the truth. If you're ever down there and hear your name, just keep moving. Don't look back and pray that thing doesn't decide to take your place. I spend my nights staring at these old maps, trying to make sense of what I saw down there. The silence in this house is just as heavy as the tunnels. I kept this little piece of the nightmare. It still looks like it's waiting for something. It's not just debris. It's a warning. The rain against the glass sounds like footsteps. It reminds me of how it moved, stretching itself across the walls in the dark. I haven't turned that radio on in years, but I can hear it humming in the corner. It's like it's trying to talk to me. That sound, I know it. It's the same noise from the tunnel. It's trying to mimic me again. I just need a drink to calm down. But even the water sounds like the tunnel. I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself. The house is full of noises tonight. Every creak sounds like it's right behind me. I know it's waiting for me. I can hear it calling my name. It's my own voice, clear as day. There's nowhere left to run. I have to know what's out there. My hand is shaking, but I have to open it. Whatever it is, I'm ready. The street is empty, just like I thought. But then I hear it again. My own voice whispering from the dark. I stepped out into the night, but the street was dead silent. Every shadow felt like it was watching me, waiting for a move. The door clicked shut behind me, leaving me out in the cold. Then I heard it, that metallic grinding, like a train coming off the tracks. I started walking toward the alley, drawn in by something I couldn't name. My hand found my old flashlight in my pocket, a heavy, cold weight. I clicked the light on, and the brickwork looked just like the tunnels. The city was changing, bleeding into that hellish place I left behind. I tried to run back, but the path was gone, replaced by a solid wall. The air turned thick and rotten, and then the voices started coming from everywhere. I dropped the light, and it spun, showing me those needle shards on the floor. They were bigger now, pulsing like they were alive, building a nest out of my own fear. I backed away, and then I saw it, stretching across the ceiling like a spider. It didn't have eyes, just skin that pulsed right along with my own heart. It started talking, but it sounded like someone drowning, all wet and garbled. It was using my own words to mock me, learning how to be me. I scrambled up and just started running, my boots slipping on the wet floor. The tunnel felt like it was stretching out forever, and that thing was right behind me. I finally reached the airlock, my hands shaking so bad I could barely hold the key. I jammed it into the lock, and the heavy door groaned as it finally started to give. The heavy door finally gives way. I scramble into the passage, not daring to look back. I finally hit the main line. The sound of a train is the best thing I've ever heard. Then the station speakers crackled to life. It was my own voice, clear as a bell. We're going to die here. I didn't wait to hear anything else. I quit the next morning. I just walked away from it all. It never really leaves you. I hear it in the hum of the fridge. Sometimes the wind sounds just like him. I know it's just the house, but I can't help it. The city keeps on moving, totally unaware. They have no idea what's crawling beneath them. If you hear your name down there, don't answer. Just keep moving and don't look back. You're just another sound waiting to be copied. Don't answer. You really shouldn't answer. I keep telling myself it's just the house settling. Just old pipes and shifting wood. But I know better. The city looks normal enough from here, but the reflection in the glass tells a different story. I can't look at it anymore. There it is again. That rhythmic tapping in the walls. It sounds just like my own boots. I shouldn't turn this on, but I have to know. I have to see if something's there. Nothing there. Just empty space, but I can still feel it watching me. I can't take it anymore. It's everywhere. It's in my head. Wait, that's not the radio. That's me. I gotta get out of here. Just get to the door. Come on, open up. I'm out. I'm finally out. But I can still hear it. It's not just a place. It's part of me now. And it's never gonna let me go. I'm standing there, just shaking, staring into the dark. And the street lamps flickering, and I swear I see that same gray slime creeping up the brick. I pull my hand back, but it's like the cold's already in my bones. Then I hear it, my own voice echoing back at me from the shadows. I start running, my boots hitting the pavement hard. I don't even know where I'm headed. I just gotta get away from that sound. The streets feel like they're closing in on me, like I'm back in the tunnels. I hit the subway entrance, but the gates are locked tight. I'm gasping for air, looking down into the dark station. There's this faint, pulsing light down there, just like my own heartbeat. It hits me then. This isn't just some sound. It's like a hook in my chest, pulling me back down into the dark. I try to get up, but my legs feel like lead. I grab my pocket knife, just needing to feel something real. I cut my palm, and the pain, it snaps me out of it. The red light dies out, and it's just the dark night again. I wrap my hand up and start walking toward the main road. Hearing the cars, it's like a relief, finally drowning out that silence. I'm safe for now, but I know that fear's gonna stick around.
Finally back at my place, the brickwork looks normal again.
The lobby light. It's warm and it feels like a sanctuary. I lock the door and just lean against it, finally letting out a breath. I walk into my living room, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. I just sit there, staring at the wall, thinking about everything that happened. It's still out there, I know it, just waiting for me to slip up. I close my eyes, just wanting some peace. But even here, I can hear it, my own voice whispering from the walls. The tunnel, it's not just a place anymore, it's a part of me. The silence in my kitchen feels heavy. I'm staring at the fridge, just listening. Then the hum changes into those wet, clicking sounds. I stand up, and the chair scrapes against the floor. I walk to the window and look out at the street. Everything looks normal, but I know I'm being watched. I turn back and scan the room. There's something on the floor near the baseboard. It's a small, translucent shard, just like the ones from the tunnel. I kneel down, my hand hovering over it. I don't want to touch it, but I feel like I have to. The room gets cold, and I can see my breath again. My fingers brush the shard. Suddenly, the lights go out.
Now, the only thing I see is a faint red pulse coming from the shard.
I scramble back until I hit the wall. The red light is spreading across the floor. It's like a living vein, and it followed me home. I grab my coat and run for the door. The handle won't turn. It's stuck fast. I'm pounding on the wood, but nobody's answering. Then I hear the voices again. It's not just my mom or Marcus this time. It's a whole chorus, and it's shaking the walls. I just sink to the floor. I know there's no escaping this. I close my eyes, and then I hear it clearly. We're going to die here. The lights flicker back on. I'm alone again, but the silence feels different. Whatever's in those tunnels is here now, and it's never leaving. I'm standing in my own living room, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. The walls are breathing, and I can hear that scratching sound again. Every shadow in this place is starting to look like those tunnels. I reach for the light, but my hand just won't stop shaking. The lights just died on me. Then I hear it, that wet, clicking sound from the dark. I grab my flashlight and click it on. There's nothing there, but the clicking keeps moving around me. I follow the sound into the kitchen. There's a trail of slime on the floor, and it's actually pulsing. I get to the back door, but I stop dead. I can hear my own voice whispering my name from the other side. I back away, but the voice just gets louder. Then it turns into that horrible, drowning sound. I try to run, but the floor feels like it's shifting under me. This place isn't my home anymore. It's just another trap. I look up and see it clearly. clinging to the ceiling. It doesn't have eyes, just these pulsing patches of skin. I just close my eyes and wait for it to end. I'm not a man anymore. I'm just another sound waiting to be copied. I just sat there, waiting for the inevitable. The silence was heavy, like it was pressing down on my chest. Then I heard it, that wet, dragging sound again. It wasn't just in the tunnel anymore. It was right here with me. It started pulsing, matching the rhythm of my own heart. Then it spoke, using my own voice to call my name. I scrambled back, trying to get away from it. I realized then it wasn't just hunting me, it was learning me. I made it to the hallway, but my hands were shaking too hard. I dropped my keys, and the thing mimicked the sound perfectly. I grabbed the keys and bolted for the door. I heard my own voice laughing behind me, and it sounded so wrong. I ran until my lungs burned, just trying to get away. I finally hit the main road, where the sound of cars made me feel human again. Even out here, I felt like something was watching me. I looked back at my place, knowing I could never go back inside. I just walked away, leaving everything behind. I carry what I saw with me, a weight I'll never be able to put down. The city keeps moving, never knowing what's underneath. If you hear your name down there, don't answer. Just keep walking. I never thought a sound could break a man. It's like the silence in my house is just waiting for me to slip up. Every little noise in this place sounds like something else. It's like the house is trying to talk to me in a language I shouldn't know. I just wanted some noise to drown out the quiet. But even the radio's got a mind of its own now. Locks don't mean much when you're dealing with something that can just slip through the cracks. I'm just waiting for it to show up again. We were just doing our jobs, you know. I still see Marcus's face every time I close my eyes. Not again. Please, not here. The smell. It's like the tunnel followed me home. I know you're in here somewhere. I can hear you moving, even if I can't see you. It's all of them. It's all of us. It's just playing back my life like it's some kind of sick joke. There's nowhere left to run. I guess this is where it ends for me. I'm not afraid anymore. It's finally time to be part of the silence. The thing in the corner starts to shift. It's taking my shape, like it's wearing me. The room's getting freezing, and it smells like the deep tunnels. It's not just copying my body. It's digging through my head, pulling out my memories. Every pulse of its skin matches my own heart. Then it speaks, and it's everyone I've ever lost. My mother, Marcus, me, all screaming at once. I cover my ears, but the sound is inside my head. I trip and hit the floor hard. The pain snaps me out of it. I'm back, and I'm looking for a way out. I grab the fireplace poker I swing at it, but the metal just passes right through. It's like hitting smoke. I strike a match, and it recoils. The light burns its skin. It lets out this horrible metallic screech that breaks the glass. I run for the door.
My hands are shaking so bad I can't get the key to turn. I can hear it right behind me, sliding across the floor.
I burst out into the street. I don't look back. I just run. My lungs are burning, but I'm out. I stop under a street light to catch my breath. There's this gray slime on my hands. I wipe it off, but I can still feel it. I walk into the city, alone. I can't go back, but I'm never really leaving. It's out there, waiting, and one day it's gonna come for me. I stare at the mirror, wondering if I'm still just me. The silence in this place feels heavy, like it's waiting for something. I look at these old maps and remember the tunnels. The gear feels cold, like it's still holding on to that darkness. The city outside is loud, but all I hear is the hum of the fridge. It's changing pitch, sounding way too much like that thing. I check the street, but there's nothing there. Still, I can't shake the feeling that someone's watching me. I try to write, but my hands just won't stop shaking. I keep thinking about those teeth I found in the dark. I close my eyes, but the tunnel is all I see. It was like a spider, just waiting for me to slip up. The radio just turned on, even though it's not plugged in. It's my own voice, coming through like someone drowning. I smashed the damn thing, but the voice is still here. It's echoing from every corner of the room, just mocking me. I finally get it. I can't ever really escape this. It's in my head, in my memories, everywhere I go. I know what's coming, and there's nothing I can do. I'm just waiting here for it to finally take my place. I'm sitting there, just trying to catch my breath. The walls feel like they're closing in on me. It's not just in my head anymore. I gotta get out of here. Every step feels like I'm walking into a trap. I reach for my light, but my hands won't stop shaking. The light flickers, just like it did down there. I see something on the wall, a mark that wasn't there before. It's like it's already inside. The smell hits me first, that sweet, rotting scent. It's here, in my own bedroom. I can feel it watching me from the dark. I point the light at the closet door. There's something oozing out of the crack. It's pulsing, just like it did in the tunnel. I start backing away, but the sound follows me. It's not a voice anymore. It's just wet, clicking sounds. It sounds like I'm drowning. I'm fumbling with the lock. My hands are shaking so bad. The noise is getting louder, like 100 people talking at once. I finally get the door open. I am out in the hall, just trying to catch my breath. It's too quiet out here. I look back and see something move in the dark.
I don't wait to see what it is.
I run for the stairs and don't look back.
The cold air hits me, but I can't stop shaking. I look up at the sky, but I don't feel safe. I can't go back, but I know it's not over. I'm just another sound waiting to be copied. I keep walking, but the city doesn't feel safe anymore. Every shadow behind me feels like it's reaching out. The subway entrance is just a dark hole in the ground. I can feel it pulling at me, even from up here. The cold isn't just in the air, it's inside me. The city is just a mask for what's really underneath. I need to get back to the noise of the city. Maybe the crowds can drown out the voices in my head. I saw something in the glass, but it wasn't me. It's still watching, waiting for me to slip up. I just need to get home and lock the door. It's everywhere, hiding in the light and the dark. Finally, I'm inside, but is it really safe? I can hear my own heart, but is that all? The silence in here is louder than the street. I'm checking every corner, but I know it's already here. I'm sitting here, but I don't know where to go. It's taken everything, and now it's coming for the rest. I can hear myself whispering from the walls. It's not just hunting me, it's becoming me. The walls are talking to me now. It's not just outside anymore. It's inside my head. I thought I left it down there, but the smell of ozone is everywhere. It followed me home. I can hear it crawling above me. Just a faint, wet sliding sound. It's right there, in the dark. Every step I take, it copies me. It's mocking me, just like before. It's testing how well it can be me. The fridge is humming, but it's not right. It's shifting into my own voice. It's whispering my name. I saw it, just for a second. A pale, shifting shape in the corner. It's already gone. I've got to keep it together. It's waiting for me to slip up. It feeds on my fear. It's not just sound anymore. It's trying to be me. It wants to take my place. I have to get out of here. I don't care where I go. I just need to survive the night. I'm out, but it's still there. I can hear it clicking in the dark. It's waiting for me to come back. I'm running, but the city feels like it's closing in. Every shadow looks like it's stretching to reach me. I can't shake the feeling that something's still right behind me. I ducked into an alley to catch my breath. The silence here is heavy, like it's waiting for me to speak. I'm trying to tell myself it's all just in my head. Then I heard it, that same metallic screech from the tunnel. It wasn't a train. It was coming from the wall right next to me. My heart just about stopped. I shone my light on the wall and saw it. A tiny, needle-like tooth stuck in the mortar.
It followed me home, and it's already inside the walls.
I didn't wait to see what else was coming out of that wall. I just ran, not caring where I ended up.
The city streets started looking like those damn tunnels.
I found myself back at a subway entrance. The gates were locked, but I could hear it calling from below. It was my own voice, clear as day, inviting me back into the dark.
I screamed into the dark, but it didn't care.
The silence that followed was worse than the voice. It felt like the whole world was vibrating with that thing's hunger. I knew I couldn't fight it. Not like this. I had to get to the light. Somewhere it couldn't reach me. I just started running again, not even looking where I was going. The street lights started flickering in that same rhythm. It wasn't just the tunnels. It was everywhere. The whole city was part of its trap. I finally collapsed on a bench, just completely spent. The whole city went quiet, like it was holding its breath. I knew I wasn't safe, but I just couldn't run anymore. I just sat there, trying to catch my breath. My hands were still covered in that tunnel dust. The silence felt heavy, like it was waiting for me to move. Then I heard it again. A sharp, rhythmic tapping against the metal bench. It was that same sound from the tunnel right here in the park. I stood up, my legs feeling like lead. I scanned the darkness, but there was nobody there. The sound kept moving, like it was playing games with me. I started walking. Then I just started running. I needed to get back to the lights, back to where it was busy. Every step felt like I was being watched. I finally made it to the street and leaned against the wall. The streetlights were buzzing, and it felt like they were matching my heart. I looked up at the windows, wondering if anyone else could hear it. A car drove by, and for a second I saw something in the reflection. It wasn't me. It was something pale and shifting. I spun around, but there was nothing there. I realized it wasn't just following me. It was messing with my head. It was making me doubt everything I saw. Then I heard my own voice coming from a shop window. It was my voice saying exactly what I said to Marcus. It was perfect, and that's what made it so terrifying. I looked at my reflection, but it wasn't moving right. I turned away, my heart just pounding. There was nowhere left to go, and I knew it. I just started walking, trying to keep it together. I finally got to my front door. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely get the key in. I locked it behind me and just hoped I was safe for the night. I thought I was safe once I locked the door. But the house felt different, like it was holding its breath. The fridge was humming, but it sounded wrong. It was like a low, wet growl hidden in the static. I opened the door and my stomach just dropped. The inside was covered in that same gray slime from the tunnel. I slammed it shut, but the sound didn't stop. Outside, I could hear someone walking on the pavement. Then, the tapping stopped right at my door. I heard the lock turn, and the door started to creak open.
I shone the light out, but there was nobody there. Just the empty street, cold and quiet. I turned back to close the door, and that's when I saw them.
Little needle-like shards arranged in a perfect circle on my floor.
It hadn't left. It was inside the whole time.
I started backing away, scanning every corner of the room.
Then I heard it, that wet, clicking sound.
I looked up and I saw it, clinging to the ceiling like a spider.
It started to pulse, just like my own heart. Then it spoke my name, but it sounded like someone drowning. I didn't look back. I just ran. The sound of that thing was right on my heels.
My hands were shaking so hard I could barely get the door open.
I burst out into the night air.
I didn't stop. I just kept running toward the main road. Whatever that thing was, it stayed inside. I found a phone booth and just leaned against the glass. I looked at my reflection and didn't even know who I was looking at. There was nobody I could call. My phone was totally dead.
I tossed it into the gutter.
I just started walking, trying to get as far away as I could.
The city started sounding wrong. Everything was distorted, like a bad recording. I covered my ears, but the sound was still there. I ended up at a tube station.
The gates were locked, but I could smell the tunnels.
I knew I should walk away, but I couldn't. I touched the gate and it felt warm, like skin. I pulled my hand back, totally freaked out. Then I heard it, that same tapping sound from the tunnel. The tapping was getting louder.
I realized that thing was everywhere.
I turned and ran, just trying to get away. I collapsed in an alley. I was just done. I looked up at the sky, but it felt like everything was watching me. I knew I could never go back to my old life. Then I heard it, my own voice whispering my name. I closed my eyes and just waited. I knew it had finally caught up to me. I don't open my eyes. The clicking stops right behind me.
Then I feel something cold and damp touch my shoulder.
I scramble away, heart pounding. I turn to face the dark, but there's nothing there. Just the smell of ozone and rot hanging in the air. I stumble back onto the street. My hands are covered in this weird gray slime. It won't come off no matter how hard I scrub. I make it back to my place, but I can't go in. I know it's waiting for me inside. So I just sit on the steps, feeling completely alone. A neighbor walks by and gives me a worried look. I try to warn her, but no sound comes out. It's like my voice is just gone. I stand up, feeling like a stranger in my own body. I start walking, but not home. I'm heading back to the tunnels. I'm back
at the station entrance.
The gate is cracked open, like it's waiting for me. I don't even think about it. I just walk right in.
The city noise just dies away. Down here, it's just the deep, heavy thrum of the tunnels.
The walls are covered in that same gray slime. I stop and listen.
Then I hear it, my own voice, clear as day.
It sounds like the man I used to be before all this. I start walking toward the sound.
I'm not scared anymore, just ready.
I know what's waiting for me, and I'm finally gonna face it.
I keep moving deeper into the dark.
The walls are covered in that same pulsing slime. It feels like the tunnel is breathing right along with me. I found more of them, needle-like shards arranged in a perfect circle. They look just like teeth, and the circle is getting bigger every day. My transit just died on me. The batteries are burning hot. I had to drop it. The sound was way too loud in here. Then the sound started again. It wasn't a voice this time, just wet, clicking, sliding noises, like someone drowning in the dark. I tripped, and that's when I saw it. It was pale, translucent, and stuck to the ceiling like a spider. It didn't have eyes, just pulsing skin that matched my own heartbeat. I grabbed Marcus, and we started to back away. We didn't run. We just moved as fast as we could. Every step we took, the thing mimicked us, but it sounded like a train wreck. We finally reached the airlock. My hands were shaking so bad I kept dropping the key. Every time it hit the floor, it sounded like a gunshot. The door finally opened. We scrambled through and didn't look back. I only stopped when I heard the rumble of a real train. I leaned against the wall, just trying to breathe. The station was dead silent. Then the speakers crackled, and I heard my own voice coming out of them. It said the exact words I'd whispered to Marcus. "We're going to die here." I realized then that I wasn't safe, even here. The speakers crackled with my own voice, mocking me. It wasn't just in the dark anymore. I realized then I hadn't left it behind. I quit the next morning. I never filed that report. Some things are better left buried in the dark. I tried to move on, but the silence was never really silent. Every hum of the fridge sounded like it was waiting. It was always there, just beneath the surface. The radio static started to sound like it was drowning. It was learning how to reach me through the airwaves. I couldn't escape it, no matter how hard I tried. Even the wind outside sounds like it's calling my name. It's waiting for me to slip up. It knows my fear better than I do. The underground is just a massive tomb. Millions of people walk over it every single day. They have no idea what's crawling beneath their feet. If you're ever down there and you hear your name, don't answer.
Don't even look back.
Just keep moving and don't stop. The wilderness isn't just in the woods. It's right beneath the concrete. Down there, you're just another sound waiting to be copied.
The woods are calling, but you shouldn't answer.
You really shouldn't answer. It's still waiting. The darkness is always listening, and it never forgets a voice. Don't answer. The silence down here isn't empty. It's waiting for you to notice it. I started finding things in the dark. Not tools, but teeth. Every morning, the circles were larger. Every morning, the voice got louder. My equipment started failing. The batteries were fresh, but they were burning hot. Then, the voice stopped mimicking. It started bargaining. It wasn't flesh and bone. It was made of the same slime as the walls. We didn't run. We retreated, slow and deliberate. My hands were shaking so hard I dropped the key. It echoed like a gunshot. When the door finally opened, we scrambled through. We didn't look back. I reached the main line, but the speaker system crackled to life. It was my own voice, speaking my final words. I stood there, gasping for air, while my own voice echoed off the tiles. It was my voice, clear as day, repeating my final words from the dark. I quit the next morning, but I never filed the report. I couldn't tell them why the tunnel was structurally unsound. You don't really walk away from the deep places. I still hear it sometimes, in the hum of a fridge or the static of a radio, or when the wind catches the chimney of my house just right. It's waiting for me. The London Underground is a tomb, a sprawling network of secrets. Millions of people have no idea what's crawling beneath their feet. If you're ever down there and you hear someone calling your name from a tunnel that should be empty, don't answer. Don't even look. Just keep moving and pray that what's listening to you doesn't decide it's finally time to take your place. You think you're at the top of the food chain, but down there, you're just another sound waiting to be copied. The woods are calling, but you shouldn't answer. You really shouldn't answer. The darkness is waiting. I'm sitting here in the dark, trying to tell myself it's just the house settling. But the silence in this room feels way too much like the silence down there. My hands shaking every time I reach for something. Even the sound of a glass hitting the table reminds me of that place. I look out at the city, and it feels like another planet. People are just going about their lives, totally clueless about what's underneath them. I keep replaying that moment in my head over and over. Was it real, or did I just finally lose my mind down there? I found this old photo of the crew. Looking at Marcus, I still see that same look of pure terror he had in the tunnel. I should have said something. I know that.
But I was just too scared of what they'd think or what they'd do. Then the radio started acting up. It was that same sound, that weird, distorted noise I heard in the dark. I reached out to kill the power, but I just couldn't move. It was my own voice coming through that speaker, repeating what I said to Marcus. I slammed it off, but the silence was even worse. I'm trapped in my own home, and I don't know where to go. I just sat there on the floor, knowing it was never gonna end. That thing followed me home, and now it's never gonna let me go. I'm sitting there, just listening to the silence. It's not quiet, though. Not really. My own voice is still ringing in my ears. I gotta pull myself together. Looking in the mirror, I don't even recognize the guy staring back. It's like the tunnels took a piece of me. I'm packing a bag, but I don't even know where I'm headed. I just know I can't stay here anymore. Every little noise in this house is driving me crazy. The door is right there, but I'm scared to open it. Out there, people are just living their lives, totally clueless. They have no idea what's really down there. Finally outside, but the air doesn't feel any safer. I'm checking every shadow, waiting for something to jump out. Even the street lights look wrong tonight. I found myself back at the station entrance. The rumble of the train feels like it's coming from inside my own head. I should keep walking, but I'm frozen. There it is again, that clicking sound. It's like something's following me, just out of sight. I'm not looking back. I'm just going to keep walking. I ducked into this cafe just to get out of the dark. It's warm in here, but I'm still shaking. I'm watching the door like a hawk, just trying to drink this coffee and act normal. But my mind keeps drifting back to that place. It's like I can't escape it, no matter how far I run. Then I heard it again, coming from the radio. It was my own voice, clear as day. There's no running from this, is there? The mug hits the floor and shatters. Everyone's looking, but I'm just staring at that radio. It's my voice coming out of the speaker. I gotta get out of here. The rain's coming down hard now. I'm just running, not even looking back. I'm catching my breath in this alley. Everything's way too quiet out here. My hands won't stop shaking. Then I hear it again, that wet, clicking sound. I'm scared to turn on my light. I flicked the light on. There's nothing there, but I know it's watching me. I gotta keep moving. If I run, it wins. Just keep walking, Elias. I'm standing on the bridge now. The water looks so dark down there. I can hear it calling my name again. I can't keep running. It's feeding on my fear. I have to find a way to stop it. I'm heading back home. I'm the only one who knows what's really going on. It's time to end this.
I'm back at my door. Whatever's inside, I'm ready. Time to face it. The house is quiet, but it feels wrong. I keep my light steady, scanning the shadows. The air feels heavy, like something's waiting. I see myself in the window, but the reflection isn't moving with me. It's just standing there, watching. I know what you are. You can't hide behind my face anymore. I'm done running from you. The walls start to shake. The lights go out completely. I hear something sliding above me. I shine the light up. It's clinging to the ceiling like a spider. It's pulsing with my own heartbeat. It drops to the floor. Then it starts to change shape. Now it looks just like me. It starts talking in my voice, but it sounds like it's drowning. I back away, ready to fight. I grab the laser transit. I slam it into its chest. It lets out a horrible, distorted scream. It starts to melt away. The house finally goes quiet. I'm left standing there, shaking. I look out at the city. I know this isn't really over. I turn off the light and wait. The house is quiet now, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. My hands won't stop shaking, no matter how hard I try to steady them. It wasn't just trying to kill me. It was trying to become me. I can still hear it whispering from the corners of the room. It's like the tunnels followed me home, hiding in the static. I don't think I'll ever really be alone again. I used to think these logs were just work, just numbers. Now they look like a map to somewhere I should have never gone. Every page is a reminder of what I left down there. I tried to write it down, to make sense of it all. But how do you explain something that steals your own voice? Some things are better off forgotten, buried in the dark. It's time to let the past burn away. Watching these pages turn to ash feels like a weight lifting. The smell of the smoke reminds me of the tunnel, but it's fading. The city keeps moving, oblivious to what's beneath it. I wonder who's gonna be the next one to wander down there. I hope they're smarter than I was. Just the rain. That's all I need to hear. If I can just focus on the sound, maybe I can sleep. Finally, the silence feels like it belongs to me again. The radio, it's making that sound again. It's not gone. It's just waiting for me to let my guard down. I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. Turning it off won't stop it. It's everywhere now. In the walls, in the air, in the static. I'm just another sound it's learned to play. I'm leaving, but I know it's gonna follow. The tunnels are always there, waiting for us to slip up. Don't answer, no matter what you hear.